Whoa, whoa, whoa! Back again with another video, and this will probably be a lot of videos actually, a lot of parts, because I'm going to talk about the Nintendo Switch, and 3 years later, and yeah, it's a bit more than 3 years now. It came out in 2017, March 3rd, and yeah, I bought it on release, and then when I will show you all my games I have for my Switch, and I'm only gonna make these episodes 60 minutes, about 60 minutes long, as this camera only records 60 minutes, then it's off, and then I don't have to do anything if I keep it inside 16 minutes. I just upload it from the camera, and there's no shenanigans that has to be done in the editing program or anything. So yeah, the Switch. I remember thinking about when they kind of dished out the facts and how it's going to look and everything. I'm like, oh my god, it's going to be gimmicky again. But is it gonna be, are they going to do the same kind of mistakes they did like with the Wii U? Because Wii U, first mistake, the name. Why did they use that? A lot of people didn't even understand it was a new console. They thought it was like a peripheral for the Wii. Horrible name, and it was hard to make games for it. The third party developers wasn't in at all, and there weren't that many games. I mean, I love the system. I have a lot of games for it down here, but yeah, it was kind of failure, but it was a good idea. So I thought, yeah, this is gonna be. I mean, you can't play on them at the same time. I understood that, but it's kind of a console and a handheld at the same time. Even though I only play almost like 95% on the telly, I'm not really that much into handheld. Don't know why. Yeah, that's how it is. So yeah, I bought it on release, and it wasn't really a hit maybe from the beginning, but it has become a hit. It's one of the better sold Nintendo consoles of all time, and it will probably be up there on the second spot after the Wii in most sold consoles, I'm sure of. And the games are popping up like fucking in a speed that our wallets can't really manage. And so I bought way too many games in the beginning, and I already sold, I think, maybe 30-40 games already, mostly because I kind of bought games that I didn't like. So I sold them, and then I bought some games that from gaming, like JRPGs, and I don't play JRPGs anymore. I don't. And yeah, there was some other games as well that, yeah, some really expensive stuff that I didn't really need, and I got really well paid. So yeah, it was good money as well. But this is the Nintendo games I got now, and yeah, we start. Of course, we're gonna start with what I came home with. I remember I was working that day when it came out, so I remember on my lunch break I went to the store and got my system and this game, and hold on, I got everything in order here. Not in order, but Bombman as well. So I got that on a lunch break, and I was at work the rest of the day, and I was like, come on, can this day ever end? And I started this game when I got home immediately, and I put in a lot of hours to this game, my friends. I played it for maybe on and off for like year and a half, maybe 2 years. Many several hundreds hours into it, and yeah, it has become my favorite game of all time. Yeah, it is. I mean, the best game for me ever is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Nostalgia wise, maybe not, but nostalgia often, that isn't really maybe the best game today for you, but you have nostalgia for it. But yeah, this is my number one these days. I even got the American version, and yeah, the Explorer editions, and I played through the DLC, which is fantastic, almost like a new game, or two new games. I still haven't got, got the, what is that called, Master Sword thingy bob. I haven't really gone the whole way with that. It's kind of difficult. But yeah, the other big, what is that called? The other big DLC I finished, and that was a lot of hours as well. And so yeah, this game is worth every penny. So here are my both ones. This is how the European one looked, and this is how the American one looked. Fantastic. So yeah, I got Bombman with that as well. That was a bit of a disappointment in the beginning, because yeah, it was poorly executed and maybe rushed out for the release. And what was other Switch game that was on release? 1-2 Switch. Definitely didn't get that. I remember I was at the pre-launch party here in Gothenburg, or outside Gothenburg, and I remember I worked night shift, and then I drove my moped for like an hour to this place, and I was there like 6 o'clock in the morning, and to start standing in line, and already like 3-4 hours before they opened there were 100-meter line. So I went there and I tried, the games you could try back then, and I instantly fell in love with the console. So yeah, this is my favorite console nowadays, of all time. It has surpassed the GameCube. This thing has always changed for me over the years, but yeah, it is Switch now. So yeah, 16 minutes. It's already up to 8 minutes. So it's not going to be maybe a lot of games in this one, but I'm going to show you my collection in part 1, part 2, part 3, and maybe talk a little bit about them, because I haven't played all of them, far from it. I tried many of them. Some of them I've dipped into double dips. That means that I bought them digitally before, because they came out on digital before, just like my friend Rob did as well, because I couldn't wait. So some of them, if they are sealed, I played them. So yeah, let's start with, this is not in any order that I bought them, sadly, because I can't remember. So first one is Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap. And if you like the games like Wonder Boy, and you're grown up with that, I played a lot of Wonder Boy. I remember on my Commodore 64. So yeah, this has been a favorite game series for me for a long time, and this does not disappoint at all. And yeah, this is the Japanese one, or the Asian one, because it didn't come out in Europe. It came out in Europe way later, and it's English in the game anyway, so I got that. And then we got something that I bought the first one. It hasn't come yet, but I pre-ordered that, and that is Idle 2, and it's from Nick Carlis. And when you buy from Nick Carlis, it's always a nice boomph in there, manual and other things, map. This is a really cool top-down view 2.5D Zelda clone. So if you're interested in those kind of games, like Link to the Past, stuff like that, this is definitely a game for you. And yeah, I just pre-ordered the first one, because that hasn't come out in physical form yet. So but it's about to come out, so I pre-ordered that. Then we got a fantastic Metroidvania game, very different, and feels like it's somewhere in between 8 and 16-bit, to be honest, maybe more 8-bit. And yeah, it's fantastic. The music is unreal, and that is Axel Unreal. And if I got them on collector's edition, I don't want to show you this game. I rather much show you just the collector's edition. And wasn't there a collector's edition? Yeah, there was. So I don't know why I showed you that. So there's a lot of games on the floor now. Yeah, Axel Unreal. Sorry about that. Jesus Christ, it's going good, this video. Yeah, let's crack on. Now I'm getting nervous. Why am I getting nervous? I've done this for like 8-9 years. Then it was a game that I really wanted, and I triple dipped, you can say, with this game. This is one of the best 2D platformers ever, I think. It's absolutely amazing. And it's kind of difficult sometimes, and it's very cutesy and very dark at the same time. So it didn't have a physical release, so I had it on digital, and then this was sold by Fangamer, and you got the digital code with it only, but it was really cool, like, thing for the Switch, and it's Hollow Knight. The plush with the game digitally and in, you know, Nintendo Switch branded, and from Fangamer. I love Fangamer. If you don't know what it is, it's a really cool site that sells a lot of games, and especially merchandise for like the smaller kind of games, the indie type stuff. And then finally it came out. And this one I bought as well from Fangamer, and this is the collector's edition. It's one of the nicest collector's editions I have in my collection, I think, with the, you know, the pendant in there with Hollow Knight there. Yeah, it's, I'm not gonna open it, but you can see that is a very beautiful collector's edition. I was so happy that I got this one finally. So it's a lot of Hollow Knight, but if you know that it took me to triple dip that game to help out the developers, give them more money, and I could afford it, you know, at that moment. You know, I'm happy to do it. Yeah. And then we have a game that reason why I'm doing this video, I've been thinking about doing this video for a long time, but the reason I'm fucking pushing myself into doing this video, because Champion 2D Rob made a couple of videos about his Switch collection. And it's a fantastic way to watch these videos, and you get you know, heads up on a game that you have never heard about, and maybe, you know, it's a, you know, from a game type that you like, and maybe it was something, you know, be something for you. I love those videos, and when he talks as well, he's very passionate, and he talked very passionate about this game, and that is The Messenger. Wow, what a game this is. Very cool 2D platformer, Ninja Gaiden, what is Strider-ish, yeah, cool stuff. Messenger, special reserve games. So that's that, and yeah, I can only show a couple of more games before we go into part 2. And this is Slain Back from Hell, and this is the signature edition. And this is also 2D platformer, because I love 2D platformers, especially action-packed 2D platformers or Metroidvanias, you know, puzzles and stuff like that. But this is a very more action-based one, very gory almost, and very, you know, hard rocky with the music. But it's really cool. It's really cool. I'm happy to get that. And then when you're talking about like really hard, tough, metal-y kind of games, let's talk about Valfaris. This is a recent buy, and this is a run and gun, 2D run and gun in that wonderful 16-bit graphics that we all love. Yeah, wow, super cool game. Haven't tried it yet, but yeah, of course I watched a lot about it before I bought it. I'm not trying to do the mistakes I did in the beginning with the Switch and buying too much. So yeah, that is part 1, and there will be more games in part 2 because I don't have to talk about the Switch. So yeah, I hope you stay with me. There will probably be like 4 parts. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows how many games I have? Yeah. So welcome back to part 2, and yeah, stay safe and be nice.